got it. It's finally here. The new Dell XPS 15 2020 has arrived. The Dell XPS 15 series has always produced the kind of laptops that really set the bar for other high-end devices. However, despite several hardware updates in 2018 and 2019, the Dell XPS 15 was beginning to look a little bit outdated for 2020. With this device, Dell is trying to end Apple's dominance in the market for media production and software development devices. When you order it online, you'll get something like this. It's quite a plain box, nothing special about it. Let's see what's inside. I'm so excited to see what's in this box. Alright, so this is what it looks like when you open it up. Get it out. Anything else in the box? Nope, that's it. What is this? I'm gonna need a knife again. Ooh, what a nice sound. Got another nice Dell logo right here. And what's really nice actually about this box is it's magnet. Oof. That's when you know you bought a high-end flagship device. We got the XPS laptop logo right here. Pretty nice logo compared to the actual Dell logo that's on the laptop, which really hasn't changed in the last 20 years. I know some people are saying this XPS logo should be right on the laptop instead of this Dell logo. I don't know. I quite like the Dell logo. I'm personally gonna put a sticker on it. You'll see that the laptop has this nice protective plastic on it. But let's actually get it out of the box. One easy way to do that is just to lean this box forward a little bit and shake it out like that. There it is. So as you'll see, the box comes with a manual, which no one reads, let's face it. This is just to hold in the actual cable for the charger. We have the power adapter. It has this thing where it doesn't just untangle right away when you take it out. That's really nice for both of these. And then we get an adapter, which is a USB-A and an HDMI adapter for free in the box. That's great. And that's it. When you packed everything out of the box, you'll see that the plastic inside the box is 100% recyclable plastic and actually 25% ocean-bound sources. So that's really cool. Thanks, Dell. Let's get the charger and all these cables out of the way and actually talk about this beautiful laptop, which, as I've said, is in this plastic bag, but it's quite easy to take out. The first thing you'll notice when you take out the laptop is that this is not a plastic chassis, but this is actually a high-end unibody case. Look at this end thing right here, this shiny silver aluminum. That is really, really nice. The logo itself feels like got like lasered in there. Has a different touch than the rougher aluminum. The top is this matte aluminum finish, but on the side it has this shiny aluminum. So actually the side is a little bit different to the front. On the left side you'll find two USB-C ports, which both support Thunderbolt 3 and the Kensington lock. The right side has a USB-C port, which doesn't support Thunderbolt 3, and an SD card reader, and a headphone jack. But let's talk about the real kicker here, which is the SD card reader. Anyone who owns a MacBook will know that they don't include SD cards reader on their devices, which is actually a huge bummer for anyone making a lot of photos, making a lot of videos, and who just wishes to easily connect their SD card to the MacBook device. And you'll always be forced to buy another dongle to connect your SD card, and it's really annoying, especially when you're on the road traveling and you just want to quickly check out the photos and the content that you just created. This device is going to be a really nice option for anyone who's traveling a lot and anyone who's taking a lot of photos or a lot of videos. This is going to be the device you'll definitely be interested in. The model that we have here is the maxed out one, which means that it has an i7 10th generation Intel processor, 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD, and a dedicated GTX NVIDIA 1650 Ti graphics card. We have about 1 meter of a cable here. Then we have the power supply. We are looking at quite a long cable. That is probably 150 centimeters. So let's connect the power supply with this add-on cable. Alright, that was an easy fit. And so now the cool thing about this laptop is, because there are USB-C ports on the left side and on the right side, you can always charge this laptop from either the left or the right side. So in case your electricity is on the right side and you don't want to have to always put this cable behind your laptop and it's just annoying because maybe you want to move it back and forth, you can just go for the right side here, for example, plug it in. For anyone who's into this whole like one hand open thing, the Dell can do that as well. Let's get this thing started. On the very top, you have the power button, which is also a fingerprint reader. And we'll just hold down. Ooh, and there we go, that was fast. As soon as the display is unlocked, the first thing you'll notice is this beautiful 4K screen. Because of the 16:10 aspect ratio, we gain, in the vertical, an extra 240 pixels, which is especially convenient when you're reading PDF files or when you're on long web pages or just in general when you're dealing with applications that have a long vertical interface. This is not an OLED display, it's LCD, but that doesn't really matter because this LCD display produces beautiful, vibrant and sharp colors, and because of the well-known weaknesses that OLED displays have when displaying static content, which is usually the case on laptops because of the UI or other non-moving applications. Because of the smaller bezels of the new model, Dell was actually able to put a 15-inch display into a laptop with a smaller footprint than the previous generation. Now, this is going to be something that will be really significant for people who are traveling and are trying to save up as much space as possible, but still have a beautiful, big 15-inch display. Even high-end resolution games like Minecraft can be played with 60 frames per second, which is the natural frame rate of this device. And we're playing on 4K and maxed out settings. The webcam obviously isn't great, like on all devices in the market right now, including the MacBook Pro. It has 720p, is recording at 30 frames per second, and it'll really do the job for standard video calls and everything you kind of want to do with a laptop like this. The keyboard, the keys are they're very smooth, they have a nice touch to them. It's a very calming clicking noise when you use them. The wrist rest is carbon fiber, which actually reduces the weight of this laptop to 1.86 kilograms. The carbon fiber is also on top of the keyboard. The carbon fiber is very durable. We know this from the previous models of the Dell XPS. The speakers are technically not carbon fiber, but they really feel like it, so it doesn't really make much of a difference. They feel really nice. You don't only get the sound from the top speakers, but actually these down-firing speakers fire the sound into the desk and then back to the listener, which is quite cool. It gives a bit more volume to the whole sound. Makes it a little more crisp. This is something you're not going to see on a lot of devices on the market, but Dell included it and I'm really happy that it did. For comparison, I also have here the new MacBook Pro 16-inch. This is the Dell 15-inch, so it's a little bit smaller actually than the MacBook. So you can see that here quite nicely. Both of these devices, you'll know you can open with one hand like that. Immediately you'll see that the Dell XPS has really increased the trackpad size. And it's almost like a MacBook Pro trackpad kind of size now. And both of these trackpads feel really nice. I actually prefer the Dell XPS one. It has this little like rigid material on top, you know, which makes you feel like you have a little bit more control and you have a bit more sense when you're going over the trackpad. While this here, you can't really feel anything. It's just aluminum that you're gliding over. This feels much more precise. So I really like that on the Dell model. You can see this absolute beautiful bezel-less 4K display right here, while the MacBook Pro, even in 2020, still has these not very big bezels, but they're still, compared to the Dell, it's significant. And this is something the Dell is really going to set the bar for newer Apple models coming out in the future. Apple is going to be forced to really reduce the bezel size to the same as the Dell in order to compete with this device, because this is an absolute milestone in the laptop industry. I don't know how long it's going to take Apple to really catch up with this model. So let's come to the sound test. We went ahead on Soundcloud and our friends from NVNE provided us with a track that we can play here to compare both of these devices. Thank you guys for supporting us. Here we go with the sound test on Soundcloud. Let's check the Dell XPS out first. Let's check it out how the Mac sounds in comparison. One more time, the Dell. So you can actually hear that the Mac does have a bit more volume, a bit more vibrance in it than the Dell. So overall, we can say that this really is the best competitor for the MacBook Pro. And personally, I think this laptop right here is actually, in terms of design and hardware, and also in terms of the price for the hardware that you'll be getting, is actually much better than the MacBook Pro. I think the keyboard, it feels super smooth. There's a large trackpad, which has always been missing on Windows devices. They now have it. And I think really, for me personally, I'm gonna change this laptop from my MacBook Pro because I feel like it's the best device on the market right now. And for everyone who's not really like in between this question of, am I getting a MacBook Pro or am I getting a Windows laptop? Like, if you just want to get a Windows laptop, this is definitely, without a doubt, it's the best laptop on the market right now.